Hey guys, and welcome to my quest guide for the 2006 Members Quest FairyTale Part 2 Cure a Queen. So to start this quest, you need to head to Draenor to the Master Farmer. To do it, you need to have completed FairyTale Part 1 Growing Pains. Levels required, you will need 40 Thieving, 49 Farming and 57 Herblore. Items required, you will need the Draymond Staff or a Lunar Staff and a Vial of Water. And enemies to defeat, there is just one Gorak level 74. It is possible there will be multiple of them. And just an add-on, I would suggest bringing a Wicked Hood for faster teleports, depending how lucky you are with the drops. So to start, go to Draenor Market and speak to the Master Farmer and choose option 2, talk about farming problems and fairies. Go through his chat and then choose accept quest. So then you have to just stand and wait 5 minutes. So pause the video here and wait 5 minutes, and then I'll be back with you when it's time to move on with the rest of the quest. So when your 5 minutes is up, speak to him again and choose option 2 once again to talk about farming problems and fairies. And then go through his chat and you'll tell him that you will go and see what the problem is. So you can either teleport to Lumbridge and run down to the swamp there, or you can just head directly southeast from Draenor. It's about the same distance whether you teleport or not, so I'm just going to run. Make sure you have either a Draymond Staff or a Lunar Staff on. And we're going to head into the centre of the swamp to the little shack and head into Xanaris. So once you get here, make sure you've got the Draymond Staff equipped and then head on inside the shack and you'll be teleported to Xanaris. And then we're going to run to the western side to Fairy Nuff's house. Now this is the house just north of the bank. And we spoke to Fairy Nuff in the last quest, where she was just outside the house. So you'll notice now she's not there. So once you get to a house, go inside. And there will be a short cutscene. Once cutscene's finished, go inside and pick up the healing certificate from the floor on the eastern wall. And when you pick it up, right click on the certificate in your inventory and click study. If you don't study it, you won't be able to get into the HQ, so make sure you've done that and that little pop-up has come up. So next, run south out of the house and run to the building all the way to the south, and just outside you will see the fairy chef flying around. Use the certificate on the fairy chef. So next you need to head to the cosmic altar, so you can either run south through the long path or use the Wicked Hood to teleport down there. And then just on the floor to the south of it, you should find a rune temple sign. If you can't see it, turn the camera around. It's right against the southern wall near that little tree. So pick that up and look at it. And then once you've done that, you need to head back up to the main part of Xanaris. So run up and go through the shortcuts. And then we're going to head up and speak to the Fairy Godfather. Now he is in the building right next to the Slayer Master. So run to the northeast and head around and south into that little room. So when you get down here, you can go in the room and talk to him. Choose option 1, where is the fairy queen? Then option 1 again, do you have any idea who could have done this? And then finally option 1 again, yes, okay. Once you finish speaking to him, head back out of the building and to the north. And in the kind of crossroads where it splits up and you can go east or west, you will see the coordinator. Choose option 2, the fairy rings. So finish going through the chat, and then when that's done, head west. Now you need to head to the fairy ring, and that's just southwest of the wheat field. You can see the little mushroom symbol on the map. Equip your Draymond staff or your Lunar staff, whichever one you're using. When you get down here, speak to Fairy Fix-It, who is flying somewhere around the fairy ring, and just go through the chat. And now we're going to be going to a few different coordinates. So click to use the fairy ring. So there are 4 codes you need to go to. The first one is AIR. Teleport to this location. And then you'll come to this little island here. Once you get there, just click again to use the fairy ring to take you back to Xanaris. Next one, click use the fairy ring again and go to DLR. This will teleport you to the poison waste. Once again, click the fairy ring to go back to Xanaris. Next one you need to go to is DJQ. So just click use once again. And this one will look like it failed. It will teleport you right next to the fairy ring you are at the minute. But that's okay. Once you've done that, click again to use the fairy ring and go to AJS. And then when you do that last one, it should teleport you to the Fairy HQ. So when you get in here, head up into the northeastern room and speak to Fairy Nuff. Go through the chat. The chat will pause in the middle and then carry on, so just wait a second and keep going through the chat. And when it's all finished, head back to the southwest to the fairy ring where we came in and head back to Xanaris. So when you get back to Xanaris, we need to head back to the Fairy Godfather. So run to the northeast and back down to where the Slayer Master is. When you get down here, go into the building and you need to pickpocket the Fairy Godfather to get the Queen's secateurs. If you don't get them on the first try, just keep trying until you get them and then head back to the fairy ring again. So go back to the fairy ring and click on the one that says Fairy Resistance HQ. You don't need to go through all 4 of the teleports again. Head back up and speak to Fairy Nuff in the northeastern corner again. Go through the chat. And you'll hand over the Queen's secateurs and then run back once she's finished talking down to the fairy ring. Click to head back to Xanaris. So use the fairy ring and go to code CKP. So once you get to this location, you will need to pick a star flower. So you just need to wait around for 2 minutes. Just stand around and wait until one appears. So just pause the video for a minute. So when a star flower spawns, go ahead and pick it, and then you can use that on your vial of water. Now you can either head back through the fairy ring to the bank and get armor and weapons for fighting one or more Gorak if you need it. If you have your armor and weapons with you, you can use the fairy ring, right click and select destination and go to DIR. Pause the video now if you need to bank first. And when you get here, go ahead and kill a Gorak. So all you need to do is kill these until one of them drops Gorak claws. If you're lucky like I was, you'll get it on the first try. If not, then just keep killing them until you get it. Then just grind the claws into Gorak claw powder and use that on your magic essence unfinished to give you a magic essence 3 potion. So now we need to head back to the Fairy Resistance HQ. So equip your Draiman Staff, right click on the fairy ring and select destination and click on the Fairy Resistance HQ. You can see the first one is lit up in white at the minute. That's the one we're going to go to, so we will have to do this teleport a few times. Select destination again and click Fairy Resistance HQ. Just check it's on the second one lit up white now. I'll take you to the Poison Waste. Right click again, select destination, it will be on the third one. Teleport again. And then use the fairy ring once again to the final destination on it. Teleport, and that will take you to the Fairy Resistance HQ. So head up to the northeastern corner again and speak to Fairy Nuff once again. Make sure you speak to her before anything, otherwise it won't work. Once you've done that, right click and use the magic essence on the Queen, who is lying on the stretcher. Make sure you right click and use and not drink it. And then once she's awake, speak to the Fairy Queen. Go to her chat, and then once the chat is over, that will be quest complete. So for completing this quest, you will get 2 quest points, 3,500 Herblore XP, 2,500 Thieving XP, a bankable skill lamp, which gives 2,500 XP in any skill above level 30. You get access to the Fairy Ring network, the ability to make magic essence potions, which is what we made in the quest, as well as 2 treasure hunter keys. So that's quest complete and well done.